Okay, so
SUV that big.
yeah,
I'm guessing that it hit the curb and started already was that kind of flying the right side of it was already flying up.
it must have been
And
spinning.
the rail, when it hit the rail, it probably redirected it or kept it from going that way
Yeah.
too much. And made it go more to the left. And
Yeah.
somehow cleared the.
You don't mind being on video, do you?
No.
All right, cool. Yeah, because I noticed that video that's not fair. The guardrail went flying.
Yeah.
That snapped off and went flying. The thing is he must have somehow whacked the curb and it grabbed the wheel and flew him tumbling. I mean, it's the only thing I could think of.
Yeah, I think I know exactly what happened. It just, if the guardrail wasn't there, the car would have ended up way over in that direction. But the guardrail kind of,
it must have slowed him down a little bit.
Huh?
Yeah, it slowed him down a little bit.
Yeah, and redirected it more towards the left, kept him from going further out that way.
Yeah, or wiping out the
more straight, and somehow cleared that fence and the tree.
Wow. Yeah, I mean, because if people can see here, that the power line's intact, the tree and the fence is all still there.
It must have gone just straight through there and landed right there and rolled up against that.
Yeah.
That structure right there.
I mean, otherwise, it might have wiped out the little homeless camp too. I mean,
yeah.
But holy crap.
Oh yeah, if it wasn't for that railing, I bet it would have gone more that direction and hit those tins.
Yeah. Oh, that's amazing. And then, of course, there's the other news cameras. Okay, so we're going to go get another look at this from another angle. So over here, we can kind of see where these scuff marks are. This must have been where somebody hit and then skipped up over and went over that way. Right there is another one. They skipped up, maintained a lot of velocity, went over here. The guardrail shattered and went that way. The bolts didn't give. It looks like the aluminum, yeah, the aluminum gave. Yeah, that's pretty amazing. So, I mean, the amount of velocity that vehicle maintained, interestingly enough, still maintained around a curve too. And so it maintained a lot of velocity around that curve. Did not oh, I see. It did impact that guy wire, that reinforcement wire. If you can see that, that did impact. It did some damage on that, some cable line there. It didn't impact this one. It was already below that. Came to a rest here. Clobbered that building pretty good. I can't even tell what that is. Looks like some kind of General Motors vehicle. I could be wrong, but the door handles look like General Motors stuff. I can't even tell what kind of vehicle that is. Actually, it doesn't look like an SUV. It kind of, I don't know, has me thinking that it's a well, there's a transfer case down there, so it's some kind of all-wheel drive thing. They're pretty fucked up. You know, if they lived, it's a miracle. If they didn't live, it's understandable. Yeah, if they didn't live, it's, I mean, if they lived, it's a miracle. And there's kid stuff there too, like teenager stuff. So, pretty bad, pretty bad. I'm guessing they somehow hit the curb at a high rate of speed and it somersaulted the vehicle over the edge. And yeah, that was. I don't know. I mean, we saw the ambulance leaving kind of slowly. That usually tells you something, you know. Condolences to the people. You guys are gonna look at the power line here. It's rough. So looks like that's probably a city scene photographer down there taking his look at it. But other people will see what happened. I don't know if there's anything anybody could have done on that. First responders were here right away. You know, I mean, this was a pretty public thing. So I get scared driving over some of these tall bridges. You know, I get scared driving over some of these tall bridges. And yeah, you know, you hit a curb wrong, and we don't know exactly how it happened. You know, they hit a curb and somersaulted right over the edge of that. I you know, got to slow down on these things, and who knows what happened. You know, we saw the scuff marks on the edge of that curb though, and they must have hit it and it threw the vehicle in the air. Okay, so if you look at that ski pole looking thing, that was the anchor for this pole. It was anchored right there, and that's when that pulled out under the force of the vehicle, that's what went this way. Now these guys are looking also under that vehicle at that one pipe. That's not part of the vehicle. We think that's actually part of a guardrail that went with it. So that's apparently what they're looking at too. Is that was, I thought it was a drive shaft, but apparently not, because you can see the drive shaft sticking out of the differential. So I think that's part of the guardrail. We look over here, that the guardrail was moved over there. The guardrail actually did hit some of the homeless camp over here. There's pieces of the vehicle down here, so when it was flying and tumbling, it was in pieces, and pretty bad. I mean, chances that they survived is minimal. Yeah, it's minimal. Anyway, yeah. So everybody's witnessed this tragedy here. Amazing how much velocity they maintain going over. That's wow. I mean, that's just when you look at the distance. That's a bus stop location. Crime scene photographer was taking pictures of the skid marks. Apparently, one of the homeless people in one of these things, they were hit. They went to the hospital. They're surviving, but we don't know how badly they were injured. As you can see in the vehicle, they really went flying. I mean, it went flying 100 feet. And it was airborne. Pieces of it are there. Pieces of the guardrail are actually embedded in the bottom of the vehicle. So pretty heavy. And of course, because this street kind of leads to this area here, that's